Hey everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a new tutorial about head and facial staging. Okay guys, so one of the things we're going to discuss today is how to stage facial expression but mostly the neck head area in order to make your staging of the upper body, especially of the face and the head, a lot more appealing and less boring. Okay, so before we dig into the tutorial today, let me give you a quick brief. All right, many times when I see animator doing acting or stuff like that, and they stage their neck, their head, or everything, they just tend to make very flat and boring poses, right? In the center, everything, if you can see the line here, everything is very straight, right? So what I'm gonna show you today, how to take those poses and make them more interesting, okay? For example, this one is with the camera slightly lower, but the body is slightly behind, and you can see a little bit more of the jawline here, and obviously, as you can see, it's a lot more appealing compared to this one, right? We have another example here when the character is looking behind. Again, things tend to look always very flat, okay, not very interesting, all right? But look what happened in the middle as soon as you put the body forward, almost like he's walking away and he's kind of looking behind. As you can see, the level of improvement is definitely a lot more intense, okay? The same pose actually in terms of storytelling can tell you something different, right? This is another one very simple, like what happened when you have your character looking very sad and everything, but look immediately how things are different when the camera is a lot higher and the head actually is tilted down and the eyes are looking up. You see the mood change drastically, okay? And so today we're going to discuss in details how to achieve all this and how to design this kind of stuff. You see here a simple smile. Again, everything is very flat, but this one is a lot more interesting. Everything is pointing towards the upper left of the screen, right? But with the eyes looking to the bottom. You see how it's more appealing. It gives completely different vibe from this one. It looks extremely very generic, right? Same things here, a character looking on the side. Look what happened, how drastically change and improve when the head is tilting on the opposite side. You see the body is tilted to the right, the head is tilted to the left, but the eyes are getting tilted to the right, okay? It's a lot more interesting. Same here when you want to have this kind of evil look, right? Rather than make it generic like this. Again, the body facing the left side, the head inclined, looking down, almost like it's conspiring into something, right? Same here, simple smile. Look what happened when we tilt the body, bring the shoulder forward, and having the head tilted in this direction with this angle. So you see, guys, how this can be powerful, right? And there is a few more that I've done here. We're going from this one to this one where we exaggerate a lot more the angle. This one here, right? You see, very generic, looks very bland when it's looking bottom here, bottom left. But look how this one looks a lot more powerful, okay? Just adjusting the angle and having a better angle on the head as well, not just camera. And this last one I tried with a female character. Again, generic smile. You see, everything is facing forward, slightly 3/4 to the left. Facial is always flat to camera, so not very interesting. Look at this one, okay? I tilt the head down, head more to the left side, eyes to the right, shoulder making a lot more appealing. You see, completely day and night change. All right, so we're gonna discuss this one and we're gonna go from the sketch directly. Okay, guys? So you see me starting here with a sphere, guys, and so very important, I do very quickly the line of action of how the head is tilted, right? In this case, the head tilted up and looking down. And then normally I always start with the eyes first, okay? The shape of the eyes, the shape of the smile here, right? Very quickly. You see me refining a little bit the head shape, and then I go, straight down with the neck, because when it comes to staging the head, it's not just the head rotation, everything, but everything included with the shoulder, the neck, the upper chest area, right? Because those line of action help to create contrast, okay? Then obviously here you see me refining a little bit the design here, a little bit the eyes showing the pupil like looking down, and it still look like it's doing this kind of evil smile, menacing, because again tilting the head up and looking down with this contrast make the character look somehow with the evil look, make him look more superior somehow. Okay, see the attitude is coming along very nicely, even though I use very, very simple drawing, basically just a sphere and a few lines. Okay, and I know, guys, obviously that the shape of the head is not a sphere, but here we are looking for simplicity, just to get straight away the right intent, the right angle, and you know, I don't need to do a very perfect drawing, right? See here another contrast, like we see the back of the character, those are the shoulder, and then the character looking back a little bit with his head and with his eyes looking towards the right side. So the body is facing further away from character and the head is kind of looking back, right? So this kind of contrast always give different intent and different vibe from your poses. This is another good example where, for example, you see the head is still rotated to the left, while the neck and the chest is tilted to the right. And same things to the eye direction. You'll see me when I do the pupil, like exactly like they are looking to the right. Okay, so this is double contrast, make this posing very, very appealing. All right. And another things, guys, I wanna mention. You probably see beneath my drawing there is a gray line. Those are the first pass done by me. This is because I'm not very good in drawings, guys, and you know it takes me sometimes to do a lot of experiment and getting the right idea. And I didn't want this tutorial to last 3 hours just because you see me failing over and over. So I did a first pass of those ideas and then put them in the background and then construct the rest of it together with you, right? So just at least you know. Same here, guys. When I was doing these poses, I swear I think I have this subconscious image in me where I think it was from this 2D movie Paper from Disney. It was a kind of almost 2D 3D mixed movie where there is the girl smiling like this. I'm not sure it was exactly the same poses, but I have this image printed in my head, maybe because I was practicing and drawing it in the past. And so here I wanted to stage a nice smile where, again, the body is facing one direction and the head tilted in the other one, with the shoulder kind of overlapping, because I felt like it gave more a feminine vibe, even though at the end I use a male character for these poses. All right, and here you see me drawing the hair that somehow is very similar to that character done by Disney. Again, I guess was a subconscious things, right? And again, a few line adjusting here the jaw. This actually was the one I struggled a little bit with the most when I was trying it, because I couldn't get the head perspective right. I think I oversimplify a little bit, but ideally I want the overall line of action of the chest and neck going point left, right? And the eyes looking bottom right, not towards us. I don't like the eyes looking towards the camera. But I want again to have this contrast, this very big smile. And I know some of those things when I do it with the actual rig, I tend to adjust it eventually because the rig doesn't always match what I'm trying to do, right? But at least I try to get the same intent here. You see me here, I was struggling a little bit with the jawline and stuff like that, okay? And here another one. You see, like when I was talking about simplicity, you see here with just a few lines of a sphere and the head, and the shoulder and the line of action where the head is tilted is already enough to make the staging a lot more interesting, rather than having a flat image over the screen, right? Okay, so see, like the eyes pointing like this, making it look very sad. Okay, simple sad expression for the mouth here. I was having fun with this. And here again, I was recap the overall line of action that I was looking for each head. For example, here I think I should have rotated a little bit higher. But again, for sketching things and then for moving to 3D, I think those things is enough, right? It's always a mention. You guys don't need to be very good in drawings, right? Because definitely I'm not. Those are not good drawings. But those are enough to get the right intent and to make things looks good, all right? That's what you see me doing here. So I think this is supposed to be barely enough, I would say. If you can do even better, fantastic. I'm not that good. So, but I'm always encourage you to practice over and over to do those things, all right? Now here I'm doing another set of poses. This is like more of an evil character, evil looking. And you see as soon as I point him down like this, with the shoulder kind of compress, you'll notice how suddenly the character look like more, like he's planning something evil. Okay, so it's not just looking straight to camera, it's looking further away, smiling with the shoulder compressed. It looks like he's scheming into something. So when you staging the heads properly, guys, can really help you to sell the mood of your acting. One of the reasons why I think like people fail when they do acting, that the acting looks sometimes boring, is because they skip completely this phase. They maybe just do a reference and stuff like that, and they do not think about it. What is a good staging? They just do reference, they copy the reference, and the animation tend to look very, very generic. All right, I can guarantee you guys, it doesn't only happen to students. Sometimes happen to professional. Even sometimes, guys, when I play video games, and you could see when the animation is just some exaggerated motion capture when they take from the performance of the actor. They clean up some poses, they exaggerate some poses, they exaggerate some timing, but there is no intent in creating the scene, in framing the scene, in staging the acting in a very particular way to give a better vibe, right? It's just like cleaning mocap, right? And that's why I always think about it honestly when it comes, many times acting in games or cinematic in games, they tend to look always the same generic mocap that is not very very interesting, right? And that's why, like, when you see feature film done by professional studio like Pixar, Disney, that they have artists doing those things, they look superior when it comes to doing all this, right? Because they crafted with intent, they stage it, right? And so the beauty that comes at the end is very, very different. You see here, when I was doing this facial expression, I wanted to have like the girl more feminine with the shoulder going up, right? The head slightly tilted down, right? See, like, you can see that something that this design is being crafted, right? And you'll notice when a lot of people do just very generic poses, as I showed you at the beginning of this tutorial, where everything is just flat to camera, not very interesting. And these guys makes a lot of difference. And I feel like those things is not being taught enough in school or by other mentor in general, but it's very important that you stage those things very, very clearly. Okay, guys? Then as you can see, sometimes even my proportion is off, the head is very big, but again, as long as you understand the intent, also because you have to adapt those things to your rig, right? As long as you understand the intent, I think it's good enough to move forward, okay? Next tutorial, we're gonna do things directly in 3D. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys.